Hi everyone, so today I'm going to present the question set for the coursework 1. So for the part 1, which is the initial infection and the file transfer. For the first question, when did the initial malicious HTTP connection occur? For this one, I'll type HTTP filter and click enter to see the HTTP packets. So the first packet that has been displayed, this will be the initial malicious connection that has been occurred. So this is the frame number 1735. So the beside the frame as the timeline, and this will be the time frame for the first question. Okay, the second question is what is the name of the compressed file that the victim downloaded? So the first packet that has been displayed, just double click on it to display to show the packet details, and then expand the hypertext transfer protocol to see the file name, and this will be the file name, which is the documents.zip. This is the compressed file name that the victim downloaded. The question is which domain hosted the malicious compressed file. So as usual, double click on the first packet to display the packet details and expand the hypertext transfer protocol. So at the host, they have the domain name that hosted the malicious compressed file, which is the attirenepal.com. Fourth question is what is the name of the file located inside the compressed archive? So we have to right click on the first packet that we displayed and hover our cursor on the follow, then click the TCP stream. So from here we can view the name of the file located inside the compressed file, which is this is the one. The chart 153007659.1.xls. This is one kind of an Excel file, which is a malicious Excel file. Next is question number 5 is identify the specific web server software, which is the server header running on the malicious IP address that serves the compressed file. Again, following the TCP string 73, in this TCP information, we can find the server name, which is the Lightspeed. Next is the question number 6 is what is the version number of the web server identified in the previous question. So the previous question identified is the server Lightspeed. So the version will be is over here, which is by following the TCP stream 73, we can find the version of the server, which is the PHP slash 7.2.34. This is the version. So next is question number 7 is identify 3 additional domains that will involve in downloading the malicious file to the victim host. So for this one, I use the filter which is TLS and shake type and provided time frame which is the mentioned in the question, which is 16.4511 until 16:45:30, and then from here just click enter. So here we can see those packets. So for the first packet, right click on it and follow TCP stream to view the domain name, which is the malicious one. So for the first malicious domain that I found is findjournalist.com.au, and then go to the next until we found the any malicious domain. No. Nothing also. Okay. So from here, I can find another one, which is the second one. This is the second one. And the third one, I can find another one, which is the newamerico.com. So these are the 3 malicious domains that have been involved. Okay, next is part 2, command and control C2 activities. So the next question is 8. Which certificate CA issue the SSL certificate for the first domain identified in the question 7. So the first domain is identified is the findjewelers.com.au. which is the TCP stream 90. So from here, you can found the certificate authority, which is, okay, here it is. This is GoDaddy is the certificate authority that issue the SSL certificate for the first domain, which is the findjournals.com. Okay, next is question number 9 is what are the two IP addresses of the Cobalt Strike server, which is have to provide them in a sequential order. So first of all, go to the statistic and go to the conversation and go to the TCP, and actually I arranged the package in a descending order, which is from higher package to the lower package, so which is easier to identify the Cobalt Strike server IP address. So from here, I just crossover check those IP from the top most using the virus total. So far I checked the packet 1 and packet 2. There is no proof that they have been said that Cobalt Strike is found. But when I check this IP, which is just one of the IP in this section, it shows the Cobalt Strike server found, which is this is the IP address you can see here, and this is the port you can see over here. We can just cross over to check see if they correct or not. And next is this IP. This IP is the one, another one have been said to have the Cobalt Strike server is found. So this is actually a proof that there have been researchers already done their analysis on guarding this. So these are the two IP have been found to be a Cobalt Strike server IP address. Okay, next is question number 10 is what is the value of the host header for the first Cobalt Strike IP address? So from here, I can just take or found this host header from the virus total itself. So go here and put the first IP address and click OK, search. And in the community part, they have been already put the host header, which is this. So this will be the answer for the question 10. Okay, next is what is the domain name associated with the first Cobalt Strike IP address? So from just now, we found the host header. Now the domain name, which is this is the one, the serve meter dot live. This is the answer for the question number 11. Next is question number 12 is what is the domain name associated with the second Cobalt Strike IP address? So as usual, verify and found the domain name at the virus total. And click search. So go to the community section to see the domain. Here, see that is the C2 server, which is the securitybuzzingpath.com. So this will be the domain name associated with the second Cobalt Strike IP address. Because the hint is applied the filter to capture the HTTP post request, which will be the next is question number 30 is what is the domain name used for the post infection traffic. So for this one, I have to use the filter which is the HTTP request method goes to post, which only display the post request. So the first packet that has been displayed, just double click on it to display the domain name and then expand the hypertext transfer protocol. So this is the domain name, which is the multihost.net. Next is question number 40 is what are the first 11 characters of the data that the victim was sent to the malicious domain identified in the previous question. So malicious domain that have been identified is the maldivhost.net. So from here, actually from this packet itself, we can see at the length info, which is the post slash, there have been data is over here, which is the 11 characters over here. So we can take the answer from here also can, or else we can just right click on it on the first packet and follow the TCP stream. So from here itself also we can find the answer for question number 14. So these are the 11 characters. Okay, for the question 15, what was the length of the first packet the victim sent to the C2 server? So the first packet here, so which means like a send means is actually indicates the post. So from here we just double click on it and then expand the frame header. So from here we can see the length, which is the 281 bytes. This is the frame length. So the answer will be 281 bytes. From here also can, or else we can get the answer from here also can, which is the length. So from here itself, they already mentioned that 381. Okay, next is question number 16 is what was the server header value for the malicious domain from the question number 13. So from here, just click on the first packet, right click, follow the TCP stream. Here we can see the server name, which is the Apache slash 2.4.49, and this will be the answer for the question number 16. Okay, next, move on to the part 3, which is a final exfiltration or checking. So here the question 70 is asked for the what was the date and time when the DNS query occurred for the domain used by the malware to check the victim's external IP address. So for this one, I used DNS query dot name contains API. Then click enter. So from here, so here already mentioned that. So choose this one. So this is the answer. So for this packet, this will be the time frame. Just this one. Next is question number 18. What was the domain name in the DNS query from the previous question? So from the previous question itself, so click on the same packet. So I double click to see the details. So expand the domain name system query, and from here expand the queries. So here we can see the name, which is the API ip5.org. So this is the answer for the question number 18. Okay, next is question number 19. What was the first email address observed in the SMTP traffic in the PCAP file? So they already mentioned that the mail from address. So that means I use the filter which is SMTP contains mail from. Be more specified as the question is already mentioned. So click enter. So the first packet that have been displayed is the Farshin at malfa.com. So to be confirmed, just double click on it and then expand the simple mail transfer protocol. So from here we can see the command line, which is the mail from Farshin at malfa.com. So this will be the answer for the question number 19. Okay, last but not least, the question number 20 is follow the stream from the question 19. What is the Huayin Sharifi's password? So from here, you can see the user, the mail from address, which is the second one. So just right click on it and follow TCP stream. So here we can see that the password is actually encoded. So to decode the password to view in a plain text, just pause this one, and from here also we can see the password is actually encoded. So just right click on it and go to the protocol preference, hover the cursor on the transmission, sorry, on the simple mail transfer protocol, and then check the box which they as the decode base 64 encoded parameters. So just check on it so that the password will just decode. So from here we can see that the password is already decoded, which is this is the answer for the question number 20. So that's all from me. Thank you.